good deals going to Target and Macy's. So I told them to close those 3 cards because their score actually would go up. Okay, so we give specific advice of their specific situation. So these are the items that we can go after and we can remove. Collections. People usually say, what do you do with collections? Do you pay them? Do you not pay them? What do you do? Well, anytime you pay a collection, whatever you do, your score will drop. Because collections are reported by the date. It has nothing to do about the balance. So if you have a collection from DirecTV, for example, and it shows you owe $300, and they reported in 2011, if you pay them today, it's going to reactivate the file as you paid them, the 0 balance, and the date's going to be July of 2013. The computer reads collection, July 2013, your score is going to drop because you reactivated the file. It goes off the last activity date. Whereas before it said July of 2011, that's the last time it was activated, so it's probably holding a little less value on your credit score as far as dinging those points.
What do you do when the lender's telling you to pay it off?
I say pay it off at closing, right? If you pay it off at closing, that way it doesn't affect your FICO score.
Okay.
Good question.
Or if somebody's knocking on your door and saying, hey, pay this collection, there's going to be a judgment against you unless you pay this collection. Well, pay the collection. Yeah, I mean, otherwise you got double trouble if there's going to be a judgment against you. Sure. And thirdly, I say if I tell you to, because I know which collections you should pay first. You know, I can look at your credit report and say, this one just opened up, pay this one. How much money do you have? Okay, you have X amount of dollars, you have X amount of debt. This is what we need to do with the money that you have. Number one, get some positive credit cards going first, because your score is always going to come up, and then pay off some of your older debt here that we can go after and attack. So what do? We actually just send out letters to the credit bureaus, because I don't know what's true or not. I mentioned all those errors that we see on these credit reports. So by the Fair Credit Reporting Act, I can say, hey, credit bureaus, prove that this is true and accurate. If it's true, fine, keep it on there. If it's false, take it off. So we send the letters to the bureaus directly. We make them contact these other third-party companies. If it's a collection, they have to contact the collection company. If it's a tax lien, they have to contact the IRS. If it's a judgment, or they might contact the courthouse. So we make the bureaus, hey, okay, prove that this is true and accurate. We're basically pleading the fifth. I don't know. I've had so many errors with you. So they say we have 30 days to find out if it's true or not. If it's true, we'll keep it on. If it's false, we'll take it off. So why would these companies respond back to the bureaus? Maybe they're out of business, so they don't respond. Therefore, the bureaus can't verify it, so it gets deleted by default. Maybe you paid your collections, and that company doesn't care about you anymore. So we send a letter to the bureaus, they contact the collection companies, they say, well, we shredded that guy's file, he owed us $100 for that doctor bill, but he paid us, so we're not responding on purpose. I don't know why the companies don't respond, but a lot of them do not, therefore it falls off by default. Some of them is errors. We say, hey, this is the wrong file, this is the wrong person, please delete it right away. Sure enough, it is. So if it's not true and accurate, they cannot verify it to where they have to legally delete it. So anything you see on there, we had removed. Inquiries, late payments. People say, how do you remove a late payment? Well, there's certain companies that are out there that don't verify on purpose after a 2-year time frame. So if I say, hey, credit bureaus, are you sure this 30-day late really happened? And my clients say, I think I was really late on that. I say, well, let's see if the bank cares or not. So we send a letter to the bureaus, they contact the bank. The bank says, oh, that's older than 2 years. Don't respond to that. Worry about other stuff that we need to work on here. So they don't respond on purpose, and the bureaus legally delete it.